Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Long time no see. In today's video, I want to talk about how to determine whether the ideas that you write for songs are actually good ideas. I'm going to talk to you about the process that I go through to kind of evaluate where these various different voice notes and demos and chord progressions all live, and how I sort of approach figuring out what is worth keeping and what the next step is in getting that idea closer to a song. Now, the reason that I want to make this video is because I am currently in the process of putting together a few songs for an upcoming EP. Could be singles, could be an EP, I haven't quite decided yet, but all of these songs are going to come out by the end of this year. It's all instrumental, acoustic guitar, just me and a guitar and a microphone. And I've gone through this process myself with my own writing to try and determine what is going to make it onto the EP. So links down in the description to all the social media so you can follow along and be notified when that comes out. Now, I think it's fair to say that most musicians have an imperfect approach when it comes to writing music. Some people like pen and paper, some people have voice notes, some people record straight into their computer. But what is right or wrong? Well, I think the main thing, regardless of what approach you take, is that the main thing has to be about getting the idea into a context that makes sense for a song. If you only have bits and pieces, you know, a chord progression here, a bridge there, then it's really hard to make those informed choices as to whether that is a song that is worth, you know, persevering with and moving ahead with. You need to put that song into the context of how an audience would perceive it. So how I do this is I make sure that all of the ideas that I have for songs are structured and arranged and presented in a way that is reminiscent to kind of what they would be on the album, the EP, the single, whatever it is that you're going to make. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can do this. I think the best way, if you have the means to do it, is to just demo the songs. It's really important to play it start to finish with a microphone and record it into a DAW, add things like reverb, mess around with EQ, because it at least gives you a comparable reference of what it might sound like once it's recorded and released, mastered, put on Spotify for the world to hear. Now, I understand that that is a barrier for some people. Not everybody has the option to be able to demo their songs, but you can get into home recording for a reasonably inexpensive amount of money. If you just have an interface with a DI input that you can plug an electroacoustic guitar into, then you have the makings of being able to record music. Now, another way that you can do this is just to perform these songs to family and friends, or to just record it on a camera and show it to somebody. If this is your first project, if this is the first time that you're looking to record music, then you might not be gigging, and especially over the last few years, we haven't all been gigging as much as we probably would like to. But that doesn't mean that we can't do the litmus test for our music. We just have to think about a slightly different approach to doing that. So you can share things on social media, you can share things with family and friends, but just get some feedback. See how that is perceived, see what the kind of general consensus is for that song, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how good your ideas are. Now, the reason that this is important is because we are all too close to the songs and to the ideas that we write. We've listened to them time and time and time again, iteration after iteration, whilst we go through the process of writing. And that means that we're not necessarily able to objectively listen to that song anymore. But that's because we've heard it 100 times. If you send that song to somebody who hasn't heard it at all yet, then their opinion is going to be very, very valuable. And I think that's where you'll become pleasantly surprised, because the ideas that you think are quote unquote boring or not necessarily interesting because they're not interesting to you anymore, they will potentially be very interesting to other people. So maybe now go into your phone, have a clear out of your voice note app and see what's in there, and try and find a way to structure it, to demo it, to get it into a format and into a context that a listener would be able to listen to it and think, you know what, that is a song. It's not an idea anymore, it's slightly more than that. And I think if you start that process, then you'll be able to progress further and quicker to getting your music out there. So this was just a quick video just to say kind of welcome back to the channel, to sort of explain what I'm working on moving forward, and I hope this is of some value to some of you who are maybe just getting into writing and trying to figure out if your songs are any good. And I'm betting that they are. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already so you can be notified of the journey that I'm going on with releasing my own music this year. Hit the thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and I will see you guys next time.